Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. Time today to do some exhausting work. I know that was a really bad pun, but time to put some exhaust on the truck because I've been having to wear hearing protection every time I start it, so let's put some mufflers on it. So, some of you may have already noticed I've got those stainless steel side exit headers. My goal is to just do some real basic side pipes. So it's going to come out a little bit of pipe, going to do a glass pack right there, then some sort of a tip that turns down. And I got some packages in. So what we've got are some Thrush glass packs. I would have got cherry bombs, but they were more expensive, and it's a damn glass pack. It's not like there's really any rocket science. But mostly it was that those were actually in stock, and I could order them easily and not have to wait like 3 weeks for shipping. So got those, and they were, I think, were a little longer, or maybe the cherry bombs were. They were within like 3 inches of each other, and I wanted a long one because I wanted to be somewhat quiet, but also like I've got a lot of space to fill. So I got those, and in here is a cheap set of mild steel exhaust in a 2.5 inch, because that's what the exit on those headers are. I also have a pair of these guys that I picked up. These are going to be my hangers. We'll see what I do with them, but basically probably going to end up bolting something to the side there, and then they'll take the weight. And I also had some flanges that I bought a while ago. So yeah, basically let's get started. So the first step, I'm going to bolt the flange on, so I have an idea of what I'm doing or where I'm going. Need 3 of those. And since I'm really just mocking it up, I'm not going to use the gasket. If everything gets scooched a little bit further back, that's okay. But I want the flange in there so I can, well, I need to know where I'm aiming. So basically what we're going to do is start from the front and move our way back. Sometimes that's the way you do it, and other times you kind of do it back to front. Sometimes you meet in the middle. It all sort of depends. But get that on there. Let me grab a wrench and make that tight. Alright. Flange is bolted on. Now let's take a look at what I've got in the box. So I had already measured, and the pipe is coming out at a 45 degree. So I ordered a kit that had a couple 45s in it. I think it also has a couple 90s. So we shall see. Excellent. And the thing I didn't notice, which is nice for some people but not relevant for me, these guys have a swaged open end like you get from anything from the muffler shop. So you can just slip these together and you don't even have to weld. We're going to be welding this because we're going to be welding this. So yeah, I've got 2 90s, 2 45s, 2 U's, and 2 sections of straight. We'll see how much I really need. But the rest of this I'll probably use on something else. Yeah, this was a cheap Amazon kit. It is just exhaust pipe. It doesn't have to be fancy. I'm going to be painting it flat black and wrapping it with header wrap anyway, so it's not like it needs to be pretty. Otherwise, you can get stainless, but that would have made it a lot more expensive. Not too much for the pipe, but for the mufflers. So let's basically take a start. So basically take that 45, follow it down straight like so. I might actually, I'm going to pretty much cut that off. Cut the swaged end off on this guy, because the rest of it will slip in there nicely like so. But yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to angle it just a little bit out, because I want it to clear the cab. So, and we've got a little bit of fudge factor with this. Okay, so what I did do is I ended up setting my the adjustment on my saw to just a little shy of 45, which matched this hand-drawn line pretty well. And then I'm just angling the pipe up a couple degrees. And on the other one, I'm going to do the same, but angle it down a couple degrees. So let's hope this saw has enough capacity. But yeah, let's give her a cut. Okay, so the saw only says that it has a capacity of two inches, so I'm happy that this 2.5 inch, it cut this 2.5 inch stuff, no problem. Alright, it's actually not too bad, but I'm gonna have to, well, you know what? I have to modify it a little bit. Yeah, I want that cut to be a little bit more, I want it to be a little more like that. So I'm gonna cut it again. Anyway, it looks pretty good. The only goofy thing is, since I'm doing this angle, I can't actually nest this into there as low as I'd like. Actually, bet I could. I'm just gonna trim this little bit off, and then I should be able to nest it in. Okay, so I got things pretty mocked up. Unfortunately, the way this guy sits, because I cut an angle, I just cannot get this to sit inside that flange, which means I'm going to just have to weld to the outside of the flange, which isn't really the end of the world. I just need to take care that I don't impede the ability to get a nut or a bolt on in there. So, other than that, it should be fine. Got the muffler kind of prepped, sanded down an edge so I can get a little bit of a weld on there. At least just tack it for now. For the rear half, I thought I was going to need, more pipe, which is why I bought the full pipe kit. But really, this is all I need. I'm going to just take this, cut like a slash cut on this right there, so it looks kind of cool. Slip it in there and weld it on. From there, we're going to basically bolt this guy onto the frame rail. I might need to give this a bend or not, I don't know. But that's going to stick out and then just weld onto this. And that's going to provide my support in the back. So yeah, Basically, let's just get it tacked up. Got it pretty close. I tacked the that main pipe, or that first down pipe, to the muffler. Just 3 quick tacks. And now I'm going to hold it up and give this a couple tacks. This is actually pretty darn tough to get lined up. See what happens. Alright, that's one tack. Sort of move it. There we go. You can kind of see, yeah, it's hard to see on the back side, so I've got quite the mighty gap to fill, but that shouldn't really be too big of a problem. We're MIGging this, we're not TIGging this, so yeah. Well, anywho, let's get the bench cleared off and get that welded. All right, that is one full pass around. Some of them look better than others, but I don't see any gaps, so we should be pretty good. I'm going to clean and deburr that inside, and I'm a little embarrassed about that wire that was in there, but it's fine. So yeah, do that. Now I'm going to basically take care of that. I think I'm going to hit it with a flat disc because I want to get a little more of that paint off because, well, it smells. I'm going to take all the paint off when I do the other side. That was terrible. It welded terrible because it kept contaminating, and that smells like death. So I'm going to let that do its thing, and then we'll mount it up and mount that bracket. Okay, so got that welded up and reinstalled. I've got my rubber isolator mounted up there and got the arm cut to length to go right just down to the bottom of it, supported by the jack. That way it's got a little bit of preload so we don't sag. So yeah, basically just going to tack that up, and then I'm going to take the offcut that I had and just stick it right there just for a little extra strength. So let's get to it. That is the exhaust. I'm going to drop the floor jack, and you'll see it's pretty rigidly attached. So really all I got to do is splash a coat of paint on it and then replicate it on the other side, and we'll have exhaust. All right, there we go. It's been a little while, but they're on there and they're painted. You guys might know, but I actually, this is like 6 months later. It was summer before, now it's winter. But I finally put some paint on them. And I'd say I want to start it up, but I think the gas in this is just too old to catch. But I do have some starting fluid, so we'll see if she'll turn over for us so we can hear it. I lost my gasket, so it's probably going to leak a little bit. I need to get more gaskets. But I wanted to wrap this up and show you the exhaust. Well, you get the point. It runs. It sounds a lot like it did before, just a little bit quieter, so I don't really need hearing protection to run it. But I am working on it, taking a break from the B, and going back to the roots and working on the old hot rod. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh shit. Still recording. Yes, I get the irony of putting on a bunch of welding stuff and having shorts so my knees are exposed. But it's summer, it's hot, what you gonna do? I don't mind a little burning.